Hey guys, I hope you're loving the Making Bank episodes. Please make sure you guys like and share these episodes, as well as comment below for the guests. They love to come back and interact with you. And I really appreciate you watching and listening to Making Bank, so thank you.
Next up, representing Primal Life Organics, Josh Making Bank Felber.
Welcome to Making Bank. I am Josh Felber, where we uncover the mindset and the success strategies of the top 1% so you can amplify your life and your business today. Super honored and excited for today's guest, Trevor Crane, business strategist and sales expert. He is also author of Higher Paying Clients. Trevor, I would love to hear a little bit more about what you're doing today, how you've been helping clients. We've been talking a little bit about bootstrapping your business to millions and how you've worked with your clients on that premises. Really excited to have you on my show today and connect with you.
I love it, brother.
So tell me a little bit about your background and what's your business background, what how you got started and how you got to where you are today.
Well, thanks for asking, brother. And when I had my greatest successes in business when I actually modeled other people. I did the traditional route that a lot of people grow up, they go to high school, they, maybe they go to college and they anticipate that's going to give them the education to have all the success in life and in business that they need. That is not what I found. I struggled for quite a while in business. In fact, one time on one of my businesses, I had to get a job to support my business habit. I was waiting tables all night just to support my business habit. And so there's two things that helped me create success in business. At that time, by the way, to give you an idea, I had a water sports business. I was working out of the Ritz-Carlton in Naples, Florida, is one of my businesses that I actually first started to have some real success. But when I was showering on the beach, brother, and then running across the street to go wait tables, it did not feel like success. And so what shifted for me, Josh, was I got so desperate. I was finally willing to do what I was uncomfortable to do. I didn't like selling. I was so bad at selling that I would only take people out of my boat that came up and basically begged me, So
cherry picking your leads, right?
Well, say that again?
I said you were kind of cherry picking your leads or your contacts to sell to.
Yeah, that's not what it felt like, but in retrospect, that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I finally got uncomfortable enough that I was willing to model what other successful people were doing. I adjusted my prices. The first thing I learned to sell, Josh, was a t-shirt. I found a friend of mine that was working on my boat one day a week, and he would sell 10 shirts in a day, and I looked at the math, and I thought, God, if I could learn to just do what he's doing, because I'd sell like one a month when he wasn't there.
10 a day is a lot better.
Oh, God, 10 a day was a lot better. So, but the thing that helped me succeed, and it's happened time and time again when I've been in other businesses and there's been a moment of breakthrough, was for me, for some ridiculous reason, I have to be so uncomfortable to change. I have to feel that there's something dramatic. I don't know why I have to torture myself like that, but I try to now create those for myself and my clients, artificially, instead of waiting till you're desperate. But so the two things. One is that I think you've got to have a lot of leverage to be successful, and that's, for me, it has to do with a lot of pain. And then the second thing is that I found someone successful that I could just model, and they could show me what to do. Going back from that first example with the guy with the t-shirts, he showed me how to sell them. And maybe I'm a slow study. For me, one lesson wasn't enough. I had to have him help me for the better part of a month before I could even figure out how to sell a t-shirt. But that's been my success in every business I've been in since, is finding somebody to model, to coach, to consult me. And now for the last 12 years, 13 years, something like that, I can't do the math anymore. That's what I've been doing for other people every single day, is I help them grow their business, make more money in their business, and I use the same type of strategies. I help them model success, and I help them find the leverage so that they'll change.
No, that's awesome. That's some great insight, with, being able to model and really duplicate what other successful people are doing. I think that's a big piece of, what helps, you and I know that's what I did, started to do at 14 years old, and, modeling other successful people as well. One of the things I did find interesting, though, as you said, is you were waiting tables to pay for your business and to move forward with entrepreneurship. And by doing that, that's kind of what we're talking about today is, bootstrapping. What ways can we generate money or generate revenue to grow our business and to make our business successful, so we don't have to go out and get venture capital funding or loans, if a bank will even give us a loan for our business and things like that. Is you were generating the revenue or the cash that you needed to live, so you could work on building your business with that. And I think so many people, with the way the news portrays, oh, this company got another round of funding worth 10 or 20 or 30 million dollars, and now they got a $1 billion valuation because everybody's chasing that unicorn out there, and and it's this, we lose that reality, that rawness of what it really takes to start a business, and that those pieces of negotiating and working with people to, hey, let me barter with you on this, and can you donate some time if I help you do this, and that sort of thing. And that's what really, that rawness and that realness to building a business and making it happen, not just go out and say, hey, here's my idea, give me lots of money. And so,
no, I think that's BS.
Yeah, no, it's really cool that you were able to share that story. I want to get into a little bit more detail with you. We've been talking a little bit about bootstrapping and success strategies to move your business forward.
And I completely agree with what you said last time, is that there are a ton of ways people can grow their business without having to throw more money at it, which I think is a number one problem a lot of business owners actually have, is they're like, I got a problem, let's throw money at it. Or all I need to help my business to the next level is get somebody to give me more money.
Right. No, for sure. What, so, when you're advising, since you work with a lot of different businesses these days, and a lot, I don't know what stage that they come to you in their business, if it's new, if it's kind of, in the infancy stage or, growth stage and stuff. But, are they in a position where they, hey, I need to find cash? Is it, I need to expand my business, so I need more money, and what do you tell them, and how do you kind of coach them and guide them along that path?
Well, I've had few clients that wake up in the morning. In fact, I can't think of one that ever woke up in the morning and said, oh no, I've got so much money, I just don't know what to do with it. So I'm typically working with business owners that are really hungry to take it to the next level. Regardless, maybe they're doing fine in business, or maybe they're struggling, but they're just hungry. And one of the things that I focus on, Josh, is helping people make more money with what they're doing instead of spending more money. Now, I would say also 9 out of 10 people that I'll talk to that are initially prospects and wanting to become clients, they don't have an extra budget to spend on marketing. They don't have an extra, they wish someone would throw some money at them. Like I said, that's a common thing. Like, hey, if I just had more money, I could make more money. And what I teach and help people with is, how can they get creative about finding ways to add more value, and they can transform that into more money. The story that I shared with you about being on the beach, work on my business every day, and then having to go wait tables to make a little extra money to get by, I finally created the leverage for myself to go out and during the day when I was running my business, find a way to just make a little bit more money. And I didn't do it because I figured out how to sell more t-shirts. I did it because I found a way to add more value. I used the existing resources I had and I found ways to maximize them. And there's so much lost money, I think, out there because business owners aren't willing to get creative, think outside the box, and money is nothing but an exchange of value. So I think we all should look at our businesses every single day and ask that question again, reinvent ourselves and say, how can I add more value to my ideal client? What problems do they have that I can help solve and facilitate that process, and then you're in the money.
No, yeah, that's awesome. And I think so many people, like you said, they look at that other piece of it like, oh, well, I just got to add more money to make this happen. Where and how can I add more value and deliver more results or deliver a better this, or one of my sayings is become obsessed with the value you create in the marketplace. And I think if that's what we focus on, as you said, it helps generate more revenue or more sales for your business. So one of the things, Trevor, is hey, I'm a struggling, brand new business, just getting started, and I'm trying to figure out, hey, do I start this? Do I have to go out and raise a ton of money? Do I have to go to the bank? What would you tell me as a client of yours? How do we get that first buck to get started? I mean, I know I've seen businesses where they started with $100 and in 6 months they're at $100,000. It's that mindset. How do we get through that mindset to push through to that next step?
It's a good question, and so I'll answer it twofold. You mentioned obsessed. I think another obsession that people can come up with that will serve them is to get obsessed with the problems, like to start looking at problems as though they're opportunities, the problems for their clients especially. So become obsessed with your ideal customers' challenges, their problems, the gaps that they have, and you can get a lot more creative about finding ways to provide the solution. So I'd say one place to start looking are problems. That's the first place to start looking in your own business or in your clients' lives. Like, what are their main core issues and problems? And if we can get clear on that, we can figure out how you can go solve the problem, make some money. Now, the other thing you mentioned, Josh, which is if one of my clients comes to me and they want to know where to get started, the first session I have with them is a jumpstart session I call your fastest path to cash. We sit down and find out, how do you generate money and business now? I mean, just last week, Josh, I had 2 different new clients coming to talk to me, and they both were arguing and defending the fact that they were not profitable for over 2 years. It was like they were identical cookie cutters of each other. And they were saying, oh, that's okay. We have enough money to get by. And I'm thinking, my daughter is going to be 8 years old just recently, in a couple of weeks. She'll be 8. And she's started 3 businesses, and each of those, she was profitable in less than 24 hours. Because I want to help people make money, like make a sale, find a client, since we're on the Whatever It Takes network, do whatever it takes to make a sale. Don't just throw more money at the problem, and don't BS yourself to make excuses that there's some reason why you can't sell. I've interviewed a lot of people for my show recently, and oftentimes the successful business owners or entrepreneurs I'll speak to will say their first success came almost out of the blue when they weren't even totally prepared for it, but they went and sold their idea or their first product or their first service to someone when they weren't even prepared. So get over yourself, figure out how to do it, get some help, do whatever it takes, and go make a sale. Sale is meaning you're just communicating to find people who need your help. That's all it is.
Right. And that's the whole thing, and I think that's, the people are fearful of that, is get out and make that sale. And it's funny you mentioned your daughters. My daughter's 6, and we're in the middle of, she's launching her Paleo Pets, treat business, and and so she's, it was pretty cool because I came home one day and she was like, hey, I want to go around the neighborhood and do market research. And so it was late and you're tired, but you're like, you gotta say, it's just one thing you gotta say yes to. And so we went around the neighborhood and she asked people and what their dog liked and their cat liked and their favorite things, and just was writing them down in her little journal, for her business. And so it was cool to see her kind of take that initiative and want to do that. And and I think that goes with, hey, as you're starting your business, is test your market, figure out what people want, and that's going to help get you to profitability, or get you to at least bringing revenue in much faster than going into it blind. And so it's really exciting. Real quick, we got about 30 seconds or so left. If you could just give us a quick overview on the epic book that you guys are launching, that you'd asked me to be the co-author of, and give us a quick 20-second overview of it.
Well, the book is called Your Epic Book Launch, and it's designed to help every business owner or anybody actually write your book, have an epic launch, meaning it moves you into profit, and as many people as possible get to see your book when you publish it.
Right. Awesome. So if you're thinking about writing a book, this is a great place to start, is the Epic Book Launch, and you can keep an eye out for it coming here shortly. Trevor, I really appreciate you being on the show today. It was awesome to have you, and such an honor to share some great insight from you. I am Josh Felber. You are watching Making Bank. Get out and be extraordinary.